we just
interview Ryan for a position at our company.
All right. Well, let's get right.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? This is Joe Wayne, and I'm with Ryan and Emma of m.o.s.s, Seattle band. They're my friends that I met a long time ago. And yeah, how's it going, guys? Good to meet you.
Excellent to meet you.
Yeah.
Good to meet you, Joe.
Good to meet you, Joe.
Yeah. It's kind of a rainy day today. It's kind of usual for Seattle, I guess, in June, but I don't know. Hopefully it's going to be changing soon. What do you think?
I think it's going to change Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
That's your prediction?
That's the weather forecast.
Right on, man. Yeah, so we played together at the Sunset. That was a good show recently.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good. It was cool. And then you were at the last Waynestock, which was very nice of you to do. You lent your drum set on the second day.
Oh, yeah.
It was a pleasure.
That was really fun, man.
Yeah.
Cool thing you're doing.
Thank you.
Very good vibes.
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, I'm happy to be having you back again on the first day this time. So, yeah, I don't know. I think like sounds like I think that it would be like seen as a promotion in a way, probably.
Oh, wow,
Since playing the second day the first time, then playing the first day the second time.
Is the first day always better?
I don't know. I think that last year the second day was really cool.
Well, you're doing it Sunday too this year,
Yeah,
right?
I'm doing like 3 days. Yeah, try holding it a little closer.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we're doing it 3 days, but you're playing on the first day, so
Well,
yeah.
Like in the Grateful Dead
Mhm.
scene,
Mhm.
Sunday is the show you don't want to miss.
In the Grateful Dead scene, really,
Yeah, you never miss a Sunday show, they say.
really.
Yeah.
Well, then why weren't there that many people at the Sunset show that we played?
I don't know. I think
It's
just
we need more Deadhead fans, I guess.
Yeah, I'm a deadhead.
Okay, cool. How do you
cultivate more of that?
How do you like get into the Dead? It's one of those bands that seem impenetrable, like Nine Inch Nails or something. Like it's just impossible to know where to start.
Yeah.
Do you just start anywhere and just find your entryway, or what?
I think you I think you just have to be like a nerd, basically.
Okay.
It's like the nerdiest band there is, I feel like, kind of, because there's like...
He started very young.
I did start
Okay.
young.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually, I started with Fish, actually, before I ever listened to the Dead. I listened to Fish.
Okay, and they're kind of they're analogous in a lot of ways, right? Like they have a lot of material. They're jam bands.
Yeah, I think Fish was kind of very like influenced by the Grateful Dead. Maybe not so much musically, but more in like how they like, promoted themselves and
Mhm.
like, did the jam band circuit thing. And yeah, oh god, I'm talking about Fish.
No, it's okay.
If you don't stop
It's
him,
fine.
I
W-
went
no,
to
we-
my first Fish show like 2 months ago when they were in Seattle.
Wow, where in Seattle was it?
It was at Climate Pledge Arena.
Oh, okay.
You may have heard of it.
Have you ever heard of it?
Yes.
I think it's owned by Jeff Bezos.
Really?
Yeah.
He owns it? Damn.
Yeah.
How did he scrounge the money together for that?
I don't know.
Cool. So what was it? What were the fans like at the Fish show? Was it
You
mainly
know,
older people or?
Yeah, it was probably, I'd say the median age was like 45.
Okay.
But there's young people too. And then like way older people
Mm.
too. Like probably like deadheads that got into Fish or something.
Okay. Have you heard of like the I Need a Miracle thing?
Oh yeah.
Is that a Fish thing or a Grateful Dead thing?
It's a Grateful Dead thing, but I think a lot of the Grateful Dead like vernacular like transferred over to the Fish
Okay.
scene.
So you could probably try it on a
What is
wealthy
it,
Fish
though?
fan.
Oh yeah, it's just you need a ticket basically is what it means.
Yeah.
To a show, so-
Oh.
There's like a thing called Shakedown Street at all these shows where it's just like, people selling like grilled cheese sandwiches and veggie burritos and
Mhm.
stuff, and like weed, of course, and like those like nitrous balloons and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you buy a grilled cheese?
No, I I ate before I left home.
Would you buy grilled cheese?
Probably not.
So, Shakedown Street's probably where you would get a miracle if you needed one?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, right on. Damn, okay.
Yeah, I'm a fish head. No, I'm not really fish.
Mhm.
I don't really
He
like
is.
fish. I liked Fish when I was like a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't listen to the albums, you know, ever, because the albums are really, really bad. And their songs are honestly not very good, pretty bad. So,
So,
I don't know.
yeah,
it's all
what
about the jamming, you know.
yeah, okay.
And I do like the Grateful Dead, but I really don't like Fish. I'm interested in like the scene, and I'm like, I kind of love how bands like that like document all their shows and just put them up online and stuff, and you can like go through the eras. You can really, really nerd out, and I love to nerd out about things. So.
Okay. Well, I think that there's something valuable to be learned from Fish. Like, I think I see this with other pursuits too. People that aren't very good at something, or they don't seem to.
You're trying to say Trey's not very
No,
good?
no, I'm just saying their quality. It's more about the consistency and just doing it forever than being really good at something, I think. Like,
Well, I would say that the Fish fans would
Yeah.
argue that they are
Yeah,
really,
okay.
really good
Yeah.
at it. I'm just saying, for my preferences, how they write songs
Yeah.
is terrible. It's very like jokey, and it's also super proggy, like
Okay.
really proggy. They're like
Uh-huh.
Frank Zappa
Okay.
influenced a lot, I think, like that kind of thing.
They seem
And I never
more
really
about
got
their
into that.
brand than anything else.
what about their brand?
Yeah.
Do they have a logo?
Yeah,
I can't even picture it. I know they have the
it's
bears.
like
forget
fish
whatever.
spelled in like a
Groovy.
fish. No, it looks like a fish.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we should talk about something that Emma can talk about.
Yeah.
I hate Fish.
No, this is
And I
cool.
hate the Grateful Dead.
But I don't know. I do love the Grateful Dead. Like I think that we've recorded a lot of like really bad recordings of our shows, and I've been like angling to do it. We haven't done it yet, to do like an internet archive, like just put out everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like what do you feel about that? Like sitting on like I feel like I'm kind of in the zone where you just put everything out. And,
Yeah.
like it doesn't, because people.
It's
find,
It's useless on your hard drive.
Yeah,
It's
well, what
it
is like
basically
that
doesn't
Mac
exist.
Marco thing or whatever. Where
Yeah,
he just
I think it's
released,
really
like,
awesome.
how many songs is it? I haven't listened to any of it, but
It's like 199
is it-
songs.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all like snippets and things and demos and things like that, which yeah, I think that what he said was like there's like some value to them, but he just doesn't really want to work on them anymore, I think.
Well,
But he wants to put them out. And I think I don't know, I think that's cool because I was talking to Steve about this when I did my last interview about how like yeah, you can just get so in your head about things not being finished or whatever, and I think it is interesting for people genuinely to like see people's process and like see the unfinished pieces or the uncooked pieces, because yeah, you can definitely like kind of overcook things. Is this something that Steve
sure.
said? And
And like people
Yeah.
love like content, you know, like I don't know. It's like I think there's something to be said about like making like a perfect record or something, or like really trying to edit yourself like a lot, and like but there's also something good about just like throwing shit out there.
100%.
Precious about
Yeah,
it.
there was this guy. I don't want to use his name for his own. I don't know. It's not like I'm talking shit or anything. But a few years ago, this guy that's in the local music scene. I'm not even sure if he's doing his own music anymore. But he was like, "Yeah, I've been working for like 5 years on my album, and I can't wait to put it out." And it's like, dude, just put something out. Like,
Yeah.
no one gives a shit. Like,
Well,
just don't spend 5 years on something at this point. At this point, maybe like when people care a bit more or something, or like you've already proven to yourself that you can put something out, like spend 5 years on it. But for now, just like put something out. So when you're like trying to get shows, like you can send people a link or something, you know? I don't know.
totally. And it's like, I feel like people, you're always the person as like the creator or something that's like gonna freak out. Like you're the only one that cares about like like, you know, the fucking, your little
Huge
vocal
things.
quiver
Yeah.
or something. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like,
You have to get out of your own way.
totally.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that, and we've been playing together how many years, and we have 6 songs out or
Yeah.
something. So it's like,
But
That's
we
a
have
lot,
so
though.
many
nah.
more.
But we're putting. I mean, we just like we. I know.
Yeah.
We're about to put something out though. So
Yeah, it's awesome. Congrats.
good.
That's sick, man.
But
What's
I'm saying like that. Like we should throw all those shows up there. I don't know. I just like I love live recordings for some
Mhm.
reason too, and I don't know. I don't know why.
Yeah, sometimes we record our band practices, and it's fun to listen to them. you know.
Yeah, and like if you get a decent sounding thing, or like I don't know, why not just like I don't know. I don't really know what I'm talking.
There's a
about
lot of
ever.
there's a lot of paralysis in like creativity in general. I feel like,
For sure.
and it's your responsibility to like overcome that. I think if you want to feel liberated or something, because I feel like you can sometimes feel trapped by your creativity or something like that, like
Yeah.
or you feel like a
Or just,
slave
like,
to it or
sca-
something. It
or
should serve
just-
you. You shouldn't serve it. I don't know, this like fake thing that you've created or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, or you can just feel like nervous or like not confident in yourself or
Like
something.
You're stalling,
Totally.
putting it out into the world.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I don't know. I took like a big long kind of break from playing music and
Mhm.
like I don't know, cuz I just like
Like in New York.
I just didn't feel like I don't know, or it's just like I got too in my head or well, when
Mhm.
I lived in New York it was just like too hard basically.
Sure, yeah. I
But,
didn't
yeah.
when I moved there around the same time as you guys, I didn't even bring a guitar. I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
like
we were
many
both
years, yeah.
living out of a suitcase.
Yeah.
Maybe 2. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know. It's just I don't know. For me, it's just like I can just kind of like overwork things or
Mhm.
whatever in my head or something,
Mhm.
or like I don't know. I also like I never finished writing a song until I was like 30 or something.
Yeah.
I just wrote riffs, like just riff after riff after riff. I
Mhm.
was in bands that I wrote parts, I didn't write a full song. I
Mhm.
just write parts, and
Mhm.
it was more of like a, collaborative type situation
Yeah,
or
totally.
whatever. And it's just like I couldn't even sing and play guitar really until I was like 28 or something.
Mhm.
Like it didn't work. I had to like practice it
Mhm.
a
Yeah,
lot.
totally.
have you listened to his Morty album?
I don't think I've actually listened to the album. I seen a performance or two though.
It's really good.
Awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, I've heard good things. Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah.
So what was your setup when you played solo? Usually.
I just have like a big amp
Yeah.
and like
Bunch of
an electric
pedals.
guitar
Okay.
and
That's what I
a
when I saw you.
looper, and then like I had this like shitty drum machine like that I would use too. That's kind of it,
Uh-huh.
I think.
And in our second bedroom in that rental, he just like locked himself in there for
Mhm.
hours and hours and hours.
Wow.
just playing all the different parts and like fucking around with the drum machine. I was a little worried.
You gotta lock
At
yourself away
times.
sometimes and just get it done.
Yeah.
That's
It
cool.
turned out great though.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of a late bloomer, like in like a lot of ways probably, but definitely songwriting. I always played bass,
Mhm.
That was kind of my instrument for a long time.
I feel like a late bloomer as well, but I don't know if it's
I think our whole generation is like
exactly.
stunted.
Yeah. Yeah. We.
Or millennials.
It's fine. Yeah. We had a drawn out childhood.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
something.
something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of things you gotta figure out these days. Or yeah,
Yeah.
things happen at different times. And I'd rather be like I don't know, doing it now when I feel like a fully grown adult than doing something fun and then not doing it anymore when I grow up or whatever. I'd rather be like grown up and doing my creative thing
Sure.
because then I feel like I'll keep doing it for a while.
Yeah.
Makes life better.
Yeah, instead of being like, oh, I don't do that anymore. That was something I did when I was in my early 20s. Now I'm too old to do that. And I've genuinely thought that about myself a lot of times. Like, oh, I'm just too old to be doing this. But I don't know. That seems silly because there's people that are like 40 and stuff. So Yeah.
shit, we're gonna be 40
Those people
soon,
are
man.
Don't
yeah,
say
41 even. I don't know. There's probably like
So
at
we
least
got 5 years.
there's at least a few people that are like in their like late 40s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, music's weird like that. I mean, where it's like, if you're old, you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, we can keep talking. I'm just gonna check this thing out.
Sheryl Crow had her hit album at what, 32?
I think she was like, yeah, something like that.
33?
In her 30s for sure. Well, Tina Turner had a
Yeah,
late,
Tina Turner,
well, she had
too.
an early start, but then a late thing.
But then it was like a big comeback, and she totally changed her whole thing.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Well, it was
I
Ike
love
and
Tina.
Turner for
Oh, okay, yeah. So she had like a yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Ike was not
Yeah,
a good
he was a
guy.
bad guy, and they did like soul music,
Uh-huh.
and then she like disappeared, but then reinvented herself as like a rock singer
You
in
should-
the
Oh, okay.
80s,
Yeah.
and she was like in her 40s and 50s.
Right on.
Yeah, she's a cool person.
Yeah,
or was.
I'm gonna
R.I.P.
be doing cool stuff for a long time.
Good.
That's
That's
part of the
good.
plan. I have Picasso tattooed on my arm because I just got it. I got it when I was like, I don't know, 18 or something, because my girlfriend at the time had a tattoo and I had to get one
Wow.
too. And you know, for a long time I've like really not really known what it means to me, but and obviously he's like a cancelled problematic guy too, which is like, you know, I've gotten some heat for that, but not, you know, not really. So
Come on, who
I mean,
did someone actually give you
someone was like, he's a pig or something, and I
Well,
was like,
sure.
sure, you know. But one thing that I
Who
take away
does
from this
that?
tattoo now, when I think about it, is that he made like art for like 80 years or something, or he had like, yeah. So that's cool. I want to make stuff for a long time. So that's what I get from this tattoo when I look at it now. Yeah.
Well, visual art, I feel like you get like cooler, you know, like almost. I don't know. It depends. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, you get better.
Yeah.
Like over
Get-
time.
Seems
so.
like you get more like economical with your line qualities or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I heard a quote that someone was like, you have to be 50 to be a painter or something one time. I thought that was interesting. I think it's got something to do with like life wisdom and, you know,
yeah.
It also just seems hard
yeah.
to be good at it.
Yeah, yeah. Very hard. Like a lot of the time I don't really know what I'm looking at with painting. Obviously you can tell when a painting's really good, but I don't think I have the trained eye. know.
You had an art gallery, though.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was cool. That was just a matter of renting a space and printing out some pictures and stuff. That's the thing. And then like inviting people to it.
That's very cool, though.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, it was a fun little experiment. I think I learned a thing or two from it. But I think that once music seemed to be an option again, I decided to switch back to that because
Well, you can always hop back and forth is the thing.
Yeah,
You don't have
exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't done as much visual art for kind of a while because I've just been in the music
Mhm.
thing. But I don't know.
yeah.
It's like you can always hop back in and
Yeah.
hop out.
Try to keep it a little closer, just to be sure. I don't know.
Sorry.
I'm just looking at the waveforms, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's pretty bad.
No, it's okay.
I have to sit closer.
We can have some subtitles.
You should ask Emma about learning drums when she was like
Oh, what, probably like 32.
32.
Yeah. How was that? You learned them during COVID, right?
I did. Yeah, it was like in the depths of the lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
So we were trapped together and needed a constructive activity.
So
to
Ryan forced you to play drums,
basically,
or
like
asked you-
essentially, he's like, Emma, like, come on, just do this little beat thing. But it was actually very fun, and I liked it.
Yeah.
So.
Did you catch on to it quickly, or like was some sticking points, or what?
I think so.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It helped that we had like endless time and nothing else to
Yeah,
do.
that's right. I have a bit of space for a drum set now, so I play my drums sometimes, and it's really nice because it's something that I always just thought I couldn't do. But and I'm still not very good at all, but I'd like to be able to just get a bit more proficient for like demos or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like a brain puzzle.
Yeah.
Like,
Totally, yeah.
And once you solve the puzzle, it just makes sense.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like with some of the movements or whatever, like I feel like if I just kind of watch what my limbs are doing, it helps me get it right. But if I overthink it, it's really hard. It's like a very feeling type instrument. Yeah.
Totally. Like, I don't know. I feel like there'll be a beat I want to learn and I just have to do it correctly a couple times and be like, oh, that's what it feels like to do it. And then you can just
it's awesome. That's something that I'd like to keep improving at for sure. Well, that's really cool. So you have band practice in here then?
We do.
Nice. Every Tuesday?
Yes. Or Thursday.
Oh, Thursday.
Yeah.
Let's switch days a couple times.
Okay.
And we're pretty consistent, which is awesome. Nathan, our bassist, lives in Bremerton.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh yeah, we should shout out our other band members.
Yeah.
Yes. Shout out to Nathan Anderson and Jack Swart.
Yeah, and they're both married, so
They
congratulations.
Yes to them both.
Yes.
They did it.
Congratulations to both. Nathan got married before Jack, right?
Nathan's been married a long
Yeah, he got married young.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
And then Jack last summer.
And where was that wedding?
It was in Ballard.
Oh, okay,
it was
right on.
quite the affair.
Was it on Sunset Hill?
Yes. And then the reception was in this big building right on Market Street.
Oh, very
so
nice.
It was very fun.
Yeah, so Sunset Hill is a beautiful neighborhood up the hill from Ballard that overlooks the sound, right?
Yeah.
And it's above like Golden Gardens, and it's very beautiful. The best place to see a sunset, I think, in Ballard at least. Maybe in Seattle. I don't know.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's really nice.
We
You just feel
had-
so high up, and
Yeah.
I love it.
We had a Uber drop us off there, and he like got out and like hung out for a while.
Oh, that's nice.
It was very cute.
Aw.
I was like, oh yeah, like take a break, enjoy the view. Very nice.
Are you going to any weddings this year?
I think we're off the hook.
Wow, you had a lot last year though, right?
Oh yeah. Everyone was like playing catch up from
Oh yeah,
COVID.
okay. Right on, that makes sense.
Yeah. Love to see my friends be happy and in love, but it's also nice to
Yeah,
be able to do whatever we want
have a breather. Yeah,
and not plan around a bunch of weddings. But
yeah. So we were both at Jacob's wedding, Jacob and Brooke's wedding.
yeah, that was a pretty fun one.
Yeah, that was 2017, and you drove your motorcycle down, Ryan?
No, it was in the back of our truck.
Okay.
So we just I had
Oh yeah.
like it's a little like a dual sport like off-road
Mhm.
on-road thing.
Mhm.
And we screwed over Tom McDonald, and you saved the day.
Oh yeah.
What?
He thought he could get a ride with us, and we're like, "Oh, sorry, we're like taking."
Oh God,
a
we don't need to rehash.
Well,
this.
you know what? I think that it's on the person that's getting a ride to confirm, right, and
Yes.
double check,
It's really
and
Tom's fault.
Well, it all worked out.
yeah, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, we had a nice ride back. It was fine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we were leaving on like a week-long road trip or something afterwards. Yeah.
That's right. Oh, yeah. It seems like you know your way around the West Coast trails and hikes and camping spots.
Yeah. I mean,
Did you grow up doing that?
Yeah, kind
Nice.
of. Yeah, basically.
That's cool.
I did a lot of like camping and hiking. Not like backpacking really when I was a kid. I didn't really I think when I was like a little kid, I didn't really like hiking, you know. I
Mhm.
think a lot of kids don't really.
Yeah.
I got back into it when I was like, I don't know, in my 20s or something.
I was on this hike yesterday at Poo Poo Point, and when I was about, I don't know, 100 feet from the top coming back down, there was this group of kids walking up with their dad, and I was like, all right, guys, you only have like 2 more miles to go.
Oh, and they're like,
And they looked so sad, and I was like, oh shit, maybe that's not a very funny joke, but the dad smiled and thought it was cool, so
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it's fun to get out.
Do you have any favorite accessible hikes?
He doesn't like to share.
Okay.
They're secret.
Okay.
They're not secrets. I mean,
Give a fake answer then.
Take them all to Rattlesnake Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's called it's called Rattlesnake Ridge. It's called you go to North Bend.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of good stuff out on the
Yeah.
Mountain Loop Highway, and I've been going to the eastern Washington a lot lately. I just like the different climate over there.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
just went to Washington
Oh yeah, we were out on like Lake Ozette and
Ooh.
camped on the beach and stuff.
Oh, that's really
always
nice.
fun. Yeah. And then I mean, honestly, like all of the big major like Olympics like backpack destinations, like the well-known ones, like the Enchanted Valley and like, all of those are just awesome. So.
Have you done the enchantments?
Yeah.
Nice. Did you do the lottery thing?
We hopped on someone's.
Oh, cool.
Latcherons.
Nice. And did you like pack a whole backpack and tent and all that stuff?
Yeah, we do that kind of.
How many
often.
days is it?
That was only 2 nights.
Okay, nice. That seems good. I want to do something like that soon.
Yeah, I think you can just do it if you go like, I think it's like after the first week in October, then like the lottery thing ends and you can just go. You can also walk up and get a permit, I think, too. It might be really hard on a weekend, but if you go on a weekday, maybe not so bad.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really admire your guys' ability to sort of just go somewhere on the weekend, go do it.
Yeah. You just have to do it. I mean, we're lucky. We have like, a couple different ways of get like vehicles, and like a lot of people don't. I mean,
yeah.
So, but yeah, try to.
Yeah, you got a couple great vehicles out there. You got
a dump truck,
Motorcycle,
big old Ford truck, motorcycle. Yeah, well, those, and we should be clear that they're vehicles for your job.
Yeah,
like, they're not just fun vehicles.
My business.
Yeah, fun dump truck.
Yeah,
I just like to play in the dirt.
Yeah. So you have a landscaping business?
Yeah,
that's cool. How did you learn that trade?
Well, I kind of did it when I was like a kid. Like my parents, like, as a side job, they took care of this like little. It was like where my mom worked. She was a dental hygienist, and it was like their little office park thing. Mm-hmm. For extra money, they took care of like that office park, and we'd go and work with them on weekends and stuff. And then just like always kind of doing that kind of stuff in high school for money and stuff. And then when I was, I don't know, probably 10-ish something, 12 something years ago, I started working for this lady named Madeline Katzman.
Oh yeah, she's a legend.
Yeah, she's a gardening legend, kind of a legend in like the Seattle music scene also, just for hires all
hipster
kinds
people.
Of weird people, weird crust punks and
that's cool,
artists and stuff. But anyway, I worked for her off and on for a long time, probably 5 years.
Yeah.
And then I did rooftop gardening in Manhattan when I lived in New York.
Yeah, you had some interesting clients there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to mention the book.
Well, no.
I mean, it'll be okay. Yeah.
No, Dr. Oz.
Dr.
I
Oz.
almost said Dr. Phil, but it was Dr. Oz.
And his apartment was
really weird. It was all cluttered with all this like like weird supplements and all like new agey art and stuff.
So it wasn't crap. It was just like, I mean, I guess
it was kind of like, it was really messy actually. Yeah. And I think he's a bad guy, so I don't really feel
bad. He's like a Republican, so he's got to be bad, right?
Yeah.
The celebrity gossip portion.
Yes.
And then I worked for William Goldman, who wrote like The Princess Bride and like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Didn't you like go through a door and see an Academy Award once or something like that?
Yeah, I think he had one on his like mantle or something. He was very old, and like he lived in a penthouse apartment on the Upper East Side.
Wow, sounds
He
cheap.
had a room that was like a pool table and stuff.
Oh wow.
It was like very like dark wood, like old money look. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend did some stuff for this guy in the Upper East Side who had like all this crazy old art. He was the heir to like a big electric company or something, and he had an elephant trunk like side table.
Whoa, that's
or like no
horrible.
elephant stump. Yeah. So just like an elephant's foot was like what the side table was.
Very
made
like
out of.
colonial.
Yeah, very bad vibes. So
yeah, his like ivory pens.
Yeah, exactly.
And stuff.
God, I was at the zoo today and I was thinking about all that ivory stuff.
It's like
Yeah.
illegal to even sell, like you can't even sell anything or something like that, right? I don't know. There's like some crazy laws.
Can you imagine having an ivory piano? It just be
Yeah.
like so strange. I'm sure it was like the
When do you
preference
think-
of like Frederick Chopin or something like that. But I don't
Well,
know.
the keys, right?
Yeah.
Not the whole piano.
Yeah. God.
Solid ivory.
Just the keys would be fine.
When did they stop doing that?
I
Like
have no
or
idea.
like Steinways from like the
Oh.
like 30s or
I'm sure they have
ivory keys probably, right?
Yeah, it's so funny. I'm like, wait, we don't have to do this.
No.
We can make piano keys out of other stuff.
Ivory's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. God.
Definitely worth killing all those elephants.
Yeah, God, poor elephants.
Well, yeah. Was it mostly? So ivory is like.
Rhinos and elephants, right?
Well, no, whales are a big thing though, right? Too like,
Tusks.
maybe like, well,
Are you
not
talking about
walruses.
narwhals?
Oh no. Oh,
Well, maybe I'm thinking about just like whale bone or something.
did you see the narwhal tusk in the UW museum?
Oh,
The Mohai.
The Mohai.
There's a big narwhal tusk in there. Well, there was.
Oh, I don't know.
Because you two met at UW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But Mohai's different. Are you talking about the Burke?
Yeah, the Burke.
Yeah.
The museum that's on the campus.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Emma worked there actually.
Really?
Very
Yeah.
briefly. It was a very strange summer job.
Did Amber work there too? Or she worked in
No,
that
we
building?
worked at the Applied Physics Laboratory together.
Oh, that's the one with like the cool vintage logo.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
It's trapped in time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Damn.
I had some very weird jobs in college, so.
Right on. Wait, where did you go to high school again?
Edmonds Woodway.
Edmonds Woodway. Okay. Right on.
Mhm.
And you went to school in Lacey?
No, Shelton. High
Shelton.
School.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shelton High School. Okay. Right on.
Shout out,
I went to Redmond High School.
Redmond.
Yeah.
Nice. So we're all like Washingtonians.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Rare breed.
I want.
Yeah,
How many
totally.
people? So who have you interviewed so far?
Let's see. Jesse Miller was the first one. J.M. Fodder, and then the second one was Spencer Salt, Generifus.
He's probably
He's
from
from
Washington.
Kirkland, Redmond area.
Yeah.
Who was the third person? Oh God. Tennessee Luke maybe. And then the fourth one was Chanel Beads. Fifth one was Ronan Delisle. Sixth one was Ollie Nocky. So yeah, I'm missing a person. I don't know. I can't remember. I feel bad. But
I feel like people who are from Washington, like living here and see, like, especially among like my like artsy fartsy friends or whatever, it's like kind of not very many people really that are like born and raised in Washington. You know, I guess there's still kind of a lot, but it seems like a lot of people are just from all over the place.
I know it seems strange to me. Like it's a nice place to come back to. Like it was really cool moving back here after living in different places.
Yeah,
But I couldn't imagine us being here because I want to be here. You know, you know what I mean?
Well, I can't imagine like growing up somewhere else. Really, I mean, I feel like if I like grew up in like New Jersey or somewhere on the East Coast, like the West Coast would have really like called to me.
Yeah, totally.
Like the big mountains and like the.
I like instantly have respect for people that are like from the East Coast and the Midwest that live here. I'm like, oh wow, okay, like you really want to be here, and yeah.
Well, especially now because the city is just so, you know, it's crazy expensive and like.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be like that. I mean, I'm gonna become one of these guys.
Yeah.
Like, oh, God, but you know what I mean?
It's okay, man. Let it out.
It was cheap. Remember when it
Yeah.
was cheap?
I mean, my dad was a transplant in the 80s. He came here from upstate New York because he hated it there.
Oh wow.
And yeah, he's in his 20s and he's just like, where can I go that's like affordable and like near nature?
Oh, so he decided upon Seattle for those two things.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He was like a kid and just like wanted to get out of Rochester, New York.
Right on. Your parents were born in the 60s?
Yes.
Yeah, right on. Mine too. My parents were both born in 1960.
Oh.
So it's easy to figure out their age.
Oh, that's a good hack.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. How did your family get to Washington?
Well, my dad worked for Microsoft, and he.
Oh, that's how he knows.
Yeah, exactly. So he did an interview at Kellogg's, which was like, you know, the cereal brand, and it was like a 7-day long interview where he had to like do all these like trust falls and like exercise with people and stuff, and he just didn't get the job. He was like, oh damn it, I'm not gonna work at Kellogg's. And he was like really sad about it, and then he found a little advertisement for Microsoft in some newspaper or something.
Wow.
And he heard something about it. It says like, oh, it provides a company car, and it's like, I don't know, £28,000 a year or something.
Well, this was in England?
Yeah. So he's like, okay, cool. And then he went into the interview, and in the waiting room, there was a book about MS-DOS, which is like the operating system or whatever. Like, and he like there was like an extra hour, so he like flipped through it and kind of got himself comfortable with the stuff. And he says that that's kind of what got him the job. He was just able to like, he could kind of like,
just like, I'm horrible at like I'm not gonna get this job, you know. But this is, but like sometimes all you got to do is like read like the company like statement or whatever, like read all their like dumb copy, and then just like throw it back at them.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Totally. Yeah. Oh God. I mean that's so true. Yeah, and it's funny too with jobs in general. Like I feel like anytime I've like tried to get a job, it's not worked out. Like every time I've had a job, it just kind of found me.
Totally. I feel like if you want it, you're not
gonna get it.
The interview.
Yeah, but then you get an email being like, "Hey, like, you have to work here," and you're like, oh, "Okay, cool."
Yeah,
it's weird that way. I don't know. It's the power laws or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I feel like if I was better at
keep going.
At interviews, you know, I'd probably not like own a business right now.
I think it's because you're too honest. You have to kind of be a liar in interviews.
Yeah.
The way that I've been lying this whole time. Just kidding.
All sounds pretty honest to me. Yeah, job. I don't know. Some people interview well. It's just how it is.
I think Emma interviews well, kind of.
Yeah.
Ish.
I've just gone on a lot of them over the years, and you kind of like figure out how to tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think also like with job interviews, some people get so stressed out about them and stuff, but it's just, I don't know, just go do it and just see it as an experience and see it as like a way to learn how to interview. And if you get it, like great, but you know, either way, you're gonna get something out of it because you get some like perspective and, you know,
Welcome back to Finding Success podcast.
How to get a job, how to land a job podcast.
Uh-huh. Here's my 10 tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Pretend you don't care.
Yeah.
It works.
What's the question you're supposed, when they say do you have any questions for us? What's a good question to ask?
What do you pay me?
Yeah.
What you pay me? No.
That seems
How
kind
much
of
you pay me?
one-dimensional.
That's something. Man, it's been a long time since I've done an interview, and I like really like messed it up. So
I have a go-to one that I feel like they eat up every time.
Okay, let's hear it.
How would you define success in this role?
Yeah. I've heard that one before. Yeah. My friend interviewed for a job somewhere. It was like a restaurant or something like that, or a janitor position, and they asked that question, do you have any questions for us? And he said, do you like jazz? Which I think is really funny. Yeah.
I like that, though.
Yeah, it's great. It's hilarious.
did he get the job?
I don't know.
I hope so.
Yeah. That's really funny, though. Yeah. Cool. So are you playing any more concerts before Waynestock?
Not before. I think after we're playing. It's after, right?
1 week after.
We're playing Den Fest, which is like the Den Tapes, like.
Oh, right on.
I don't know. I don't think festival's the right word. It's 2 nights at the Sunset Tavern, and it's like a bunch of Den Fest bands, or Den Tapes bands.
So what makes Den the Den? What's the vibe with Den?
Oh, it's just this person K who just is like super into music and, you know, puts out a bunch of bands on tapes, and it's just really, there's a lot of really cool bands on there.
That's cool.
And it's just like just someone who's just really into the music scene and just like into helping people put out their projects and stuff, basically.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's helpful about working with a label for you?
Well, we haven't even put out our thing yet, but I mean, just having like that kind of support and like not having to do everything yourself, because I mean, we're pretty busy people. Like we both work like full time, and I mean, I'm running a business by myself, and like it's like hard to like get it all together, you know?
Yeah, totally.
I mean, especially with just like putting something out physically these like right now is like you want to do it because you want to have something to like sell people and to like give people, but at the same time it's like, man, do I like really want to put all this effort into like making some physical form of media that
I'm excited to have tapes to sell.
Yeah, and it's just like it's good to have stuff like that, but like it's just kind of hard to get it all together yourself sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, do you want to do like nowadays, if you do vinyl or whatever, it takes like really
10 years or something.
And costs a lot of money.
Yeah, it's kind of whack.
And I don't even know. I mean, how do you listen to music these days?
Just on the internet, YouTube or whatever. Yeah.
So it's like
I think tapes are a nice, it's a cool thing to have, but honestly, I don't really put them in a tape player very often.
Do you listen to vinyl?
I don't have a vinyl thing. What's it called? Record player.
Yeah.
Brooklyn has one though. Yeah. But I feel bad about that. I feel like I'm supposed to be an audiophile.
I don't think you should feel bad, because it's like I have I collected albums for years and stuff, and it's just like, I had to just stop doing it because it's like, and honestly, like these days, I just kind of, it's crazy where there's the technology exists to have like everything that ever recorded all at once. There is something to say about limiting your choices, I think, you know what I mean?
Totally.
So that's cool. And then the kind of vinyl I collected was like really schlock, like not like prime. I never bought anything modern, or like it was all just like things you would never, like all the Associations albums.
Yeah, totally.
Stuff like that. And like weird 60s stuff.
All these stuff, they're like sitting in Goodwill or whatever. Like, and there's all these people that are like, buy my album.
I'm a huge The Association
They're
fan.
great, yeah. Never My Love is a good song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that one.
And if you think my love will end. Yeah, that's a great song.
Yeah. Never My Love.
And I'll grow tired of you.
Yeah.
That's a weird lyric, huh? If you think my love will... So it's like, it's from the perspective of some like jilted lady who thinks that you're going to grow tired of her or something. But no, never.
And then there's Along Comes Mary. And then along comes Mary.
That's a different song.
Yeah. Yeah, The Association's a great band.
That's such a... there's such a stupid line in that song. What do you think things will end when I've asked you to spend my whole life with you? So it's like, how dare you think that like I'm gonna leave you? I asked you to marry me. Like,
yeah.
Like, even though like that dude's like out on the road, like, doing all like, along comes Mary.
Yeah. I think it's good to like get into a character sometime with writing music. I haven't really done it too much, but like when I've had like an assignment, someone asked me to do a cover of a song one time, and it felt like a different part of my brain was being used because I just had to reinterpret this song instead of
I think that's a really good like what's the word I'm looking for, like project, or like I don't know, I never covered anything. Like I would like when I was like learning guitar, like I didn't learn anyone else's songs ever. I just like sit around and but like I think it's like lately I've been just like, oh, I love this song. Like, I'll learn how to play it really quick on guitar or something. And like, I think that's really helpful to do too. Like when I was like first learning, I think I had this like weird thing where I was like, you know, like if I learn how to play other people's like, I had a weird like hang up where I was like, I only want to play, like I don't want to learn anyone else's songs. I don't want to like learn how to, you know, like learn how to read music or learn how to like, or even learn like chord names or anything. Because I thought that it was
people
like,
off.
I thought it was like, it's like more creative or something to like.
I had this weird thing where even in like 7th grade, I was really into Led Zeppelin and
of course, me too.
I was scared that I was gonna be seen as copying them. When I was in like 7th grade when I was making music, so it really held me back a long time. I wanted to have something original, but it's such bullshit.
Then you realize there's only like no 5 chords and like it's all just rearranged. Yeah, it's all the same anyway.
And there's all these like cool 7th graders who are just getting busy with these like total rip-off bands. Yeah, and even the Beatles like did a bunch of, you know, covers and stuff. That's what they started out
and
as.
I mean,
I love a good cover.
Yeah.
Music was covers, like basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. The music was just covers.
Or they just write, you know.
It was shameless. Yeah. You would just see like an album come out.
Or just like,
oh, they're playing that one.
The mentality was like, this is a good song. Like, we're gonna play it or something.
Exactly. It was sort of like the. Yeah, it was the original way that music sort of was.
Sure, and
spread across culture was tradition.
Especially with music, creativity is so like fraught. Like you're automatic if you're playing like rock and roll or like any kind of like guitar music or like drum bass guitar, you're automatically like in this it's like
you've narrowed it down a lot.
Be creative, really. I mean, you're being creative, but like you're already stealing. Like you can't be totally creative. Like everything's like that's derivative.
Yeah, sometimes when I hear someone say like, man, you got to check this guy out. He plays guitar like no one else. I'm like, I don't even really care. I don't really want to hear that. Like, I just want something to sound.
Probably not good then.
Yeah, he's like, it's such an amazing piano player. He doesn't play like anyone else. It's like, oh god.
I think that there's a way that you can. I mean, I think there is a way where you can still have your personality can come out through your playing, even if you're playing just like, like you can listen to like, I don't know, say like Dinosaur Jr. or something that's like very, kind of their influencers are like all the punk stuff and then like Neil Young and all this like classic rock stuff. So it's like it's all just chords and the same thing, but like you can hear that guy through the guitar or whatever. Or like say Neil Young. Like Neil Young is such like a singular guitar player in a way, even though he's like in all the tradition of all the same music. Like I think it's cool when someone they're not doing something like I don't know what the word is, like revolutionary or anything, but you can still hear them in their playing or whatever.
Definitely,
and I like that.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool to have your own voice for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah, I think this was a very, very successful podcast
Cool.
or interview. Sorry.
Did Ryan get the job?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. I did it. I get to call my parents and tell them I finally got one.
Yeah.
Finally got one.
Well, cool.
They haven't called me back yet.
I really appreciate you making the time to do this.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Thanks for coming over and doing this.
It's really nice to see the house.
And honestly, thank you for setting this whole thing up. I was telling you at work the other day, like, I think it's cool when people like put themselves out there and like put some like it takes a lot of time and work and like money and it's just and I don't know, it's just cool when people like care and do shit like that. So you know what I mean.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you noticed that I've been doing something.
I noticed.
Okay, cool, good. What was I gonna say? Yeah, cool. I look forward to seeing you at Waynestock and seeing you on the job soon too.
Yep, sounds good.
Oh yeah, for everyone that's listening, I sometimes help Ryan with gardening, and it's been great for my health. So yes, I appreciate it very much.
No worries, man.
All right.
All
Thank you
right.
very much, everyone. Go to waynestock.com to buy tickets to the festival. Yeah, for real. It actually exists. All right. Thanks.
Good, man. That was fun.
Yeah.